All right, let's get to the news for the day. So, we about to start up the year old debates. I feel like we're already about to be at the end of 2024, and I feel like this conversation has been going on for even longer than what it truly has been. But the Grammy Awards 2025 nominations have finally arrived. And yeah, I'm sure that the Kendrick and Drake debate will start up once again because, to no one's surprise, Kendrick got nominated for five, count on five award categories. So we're gonna read through, some of the more prominent ones, and then give my opinions on the nominees in the respective categories that matter, and then we will move on. But let's get to what's at the top of the list here. What's at the top of the list? Album of the year. Album of the year. We have Andre 3000, New Blue Sun. Now this one is very interesting. I mean, everybody who's a real hip hop fan knows about Three Stacks. It's one of Flock's favorite rappers of all time. He puts him all time in like number one and number two. But New Blue Sun was not a rap album at all. And I am actually very surprised that it ended up not only being nominated, but being nominated for Album of the Year. It's very surprising to me. So someone, somewhere, critically acclaimed this album. But I remember a lot of people just listen to it and was just like, well, what the heck is this? Like, it's just something that, like, you'll just play at home and you will just like be cleaning or something to, like, it's true background music, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, nominated for album of the year is very surprising. Like I said, it could be an alternative or something else, but album of the year, that's very high regard. So like I said, somebody on the committee was like, hey, this album is the shit. So so I was like, okay, well, yeah, I don't think you can win anything, definitely not album of the year, but it's there. So okay. All right, Beyonce, Cowboy Carter, no surprise. And just as we read through this list, once again, Beyonce is, I think they said she is the most Grammy nominated person ever, like ever, and that's just insane. Like that's insane. Like, just to think about all the legends that we've had who make music, and Beyonce is the most nominated. Period. So it's definitely, as we read through this list, we already know who's going to be like the main artists that are going to sweep, these respective categories. So Beyonce for Cowboy Carter, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, Charlie XCX with Brat, Jacob Collier, I'm not familiar with that particular artist, Billie Eilish, Chappelle Roan, I'm not sure who that is either, and Taylor Swift. So you can already see here, just by album of the year, it's going to be between Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift. Those are going to be the five main players here in these major album of the year, record of the year, and pop categories. So you can already see how this is going. So let's not even be surprised. Let's not even be surprised if we see Beyonce sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor Swift sweeps, but I can definitely see Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, and definitely Billie Eilish, because she's a Grammy darling as well. Taking some surprising nominations, and getting some of these Grammys for some of these categories. So for me personally, like I said, I'm not familiar with Jacob Collier or Chappelle Roan, but respect to y'all, and even Andre 3K, as we said earlier. But move out the way, move out the way. I'll be very surprised if any of them win, but it's gonna be between those five: Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie, Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's album of the year, record of the year, The Beatles. I was like, dang, man, like The Beatles. I don't even think I definitely didn't hear this song, The Beatles, and Now and Then. I'm like, okay, we have The Beatles back. Like, I seen some names here on so many categories. I'm like, dang, y'all came out with stuff like these are like legacy acts here. So very interesting. So The Beatles, Now and Then, Beyonce with Texas Hold'em, Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso. My wife loves that song. I'm like, you like Sabrina Carpenter? She be on TikTok a lot, so you hear these songs and then they end up being very catchy. So she likes some of those. Some of those songs. Charlie XCX with 360, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Kendrick Lamar. So this is again a major category. One of the five Grammy noms that he has so far. So not like us. Chappelle Roan, Good Luck Babe, and Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone with Fortnite. So yeah, it's one gonna be interesting. So we only have one rap song here in Record of the Year, but it's a major one. You know, as you know, Not Like Us did crazy numbers and literally had a whole movement. So respect to being nominated. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is going to win this of Record of the Year. I'll be very surprised. But yeah, you're going to have to get out of the way. Like even the Beatles are here, so like it's this is going to be a tough one. The Beatles, Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, literally all the people we're talking about album of the year outside of Jacob. Also, Jacob Collier and obviously Andre 3K, but Billie Eilish, Chappelle Roan, and Taylor Swift. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one. What's the difference between Record of the Year and Song of the Year? That is a great question. That is a great question, and I don't know the answer to that because to me it's the same. To me, it's the same record, song, and then record could also be album, but obviously it's not an album because these are the individual singles from those respective albums, which are in album of the year. So I have no clue. I've always wondered why they separate this. You know what? Let's look. Let's see. Let's see what the official definition. What is the difference between album of the year and song of the year and song of the year and record of the year? Let's see. All right, so AI said the main difference between the Grammy Awards Song of the Year and Record of the Year is that the Song of the Year recognizes the songwriters. Okay, all right, that makes sense. While Record of the Year recognizes the performers, producers, and engineers who contributed to the recording. So there is your answer there. So official definition, Song of the Year recognizes the songwriters, the people who actually compose the song from a writing standpoint, and Record of the Year basically recognizes everything else. So, all right, cool. So now we have that official definition. So, best new artist, Benson Boone, not familiar with them. Sabrina Carpenter. Now I had a question about Sabrina Carpenter because she's been nominated a lot for the 2025 Grammys. This is another one of those situations where I understand that Sabrina Carpenter has had some big hits this year, but she ain't a new artist. So how does she get this exception here? I don't understand how these exceptions end up being in these categories. It's cool that she's nominated for Record of the Year, Album of the Year, but she ain't no new artist. So I don't understand that one. I don't understand that one. And they tend to try to sneak people in there, and I have no clue how she's there. What up, Flash? But yeah, that one's a weird one. So I don't know. Dolce. Shout out to Dolce, man. Shout out to Dolce. Like I said, I wasn't too familiar with her. Like I said, I don't remember ever really hearing any of her songs. But this year alone, with her album Alligator Bites, Don't Heal. I think that's what it's called. Alligator Bites Don't Heal. Yeah. But that album was actually amazing. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I was like, she can really spit. She can really spit. So shout out to her for getting. She got 4 nominations. She got 4. Yeah, she ain't new either technically, but she's had a breakout. And so I guess they're just considering that because yeah, you're right. She isn't new. She's been on TV for a while, and she's had viral hits, before she came out with the album this year. So I'm just like, how I don't understand how they're doing that, but in any case, we're here, so it is what it is. But shout out to her. Shout out to her. And Kruang Bin, I'm not sure who that is. Ray, I don't know what it is. Chappelle Roan is also considered a new artist here. So interesting. You're considered a new artist along with Sabrina Carpenter, and you have Album of the Year, Record of the Year noms. So I need to do my research on Chappelle Roan because I'm not familiar. Shabuzi, so shout out to Shabuzi. Obviously got a lot of buzz because he was on Beyonce's album, and then we have the hit Tipsy. So literally been taking over the airwaves for basically the entire year. So shout out to Shabuzi, especially dominating the country category of all categories as a brother. So Shout out to Shabuzi. That was definitely dope. What up, DCG? What's going on? And then Teddy Swim. Not familiar with Teddy Swim either. So y'all let me know if y'all heard of any of these people. Like I said, because they might be in some alternative categories I don't listen to. But yeah, it's Bits of Boom. Not familiar. Kruang Pen. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Ray, Chappelle Roan, and Teddy Swims. I don't know who any of those are. But Shabuzi, Dolce, and Sabrina Carpenter. I ain't familiar with them. A song of the year. Once again, speaking of Shabuzi, so song of the year has Shabuzi, a bar song, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift, Chappelle Roan, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us Again. So second Sabrina Carpenter, Please, 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 and Beyonce, Texas Hold'em. So again, another very tough category. That is, I feel like song of the year is even tougher than record of the year, to be honest. These are very, very tough categories with some heavy hitters here. So I don't think that Kendrick is going to win any of these categories here. Once you get to rap, it's going to be a different story. But song of the year, record of the year, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And then obviously Kendrick can't be an album of the year because he ain't come out with an album this year. So, and even if he done it before the end of the year, it's not going to be counted until next year. All right, best pop vocal album: Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Chappelle Roan. So Chappelle Roan is a pop artist too. Also met Roger Favre, Midwest Princess. Let me see. Let me just look it up. Chappelle Roan. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this person. But okay, all right. And then Taylor Swift. So best pop vocal album, best R&B song: Kalani, Thames, Coco Jones, Money Long. Shout out to Money Long. Money Long has she got some nominations this year as well. So shout out to her, long time writer of a lot of other artists, and now has broken out herself, doing her solo thing. So shout out to her. I love seeing those stories. You write for so many people for so long, and then you get a chance to shine, singing or rapping or do whatever that you're doing artistically yourself, and you end up, making out there. It's a pop award, so to see. Best country album. So we got Beyonce, we have Post Malone. Remember when Post Malone was a rap artist? Do y'all remember? I figured that, Kai, because that's how a lot of these new artists end up breaking out. Like TikTok is very powerful. It can break a lot of songs out there. So, yeah, remember when Post Malone was a rap artist? Now in a country category. Casey Musgraves, Chris Stapleton, and Lainey Wilson. Yep, Jelly Roll too. Jelly Roll. I remember when Jelly Roll was part of when he was messing with 3-6. Cause I remember I was like Jelly Roll. Like I ain't heard that name in a while. Then ended up just coming out the gate, man. Switched to country, and now he's seeing this success. So very interesting seeing those shifts. White Iverson don't jinx no more. Facts. Best Musica Urbana album. So you got Bad Bunny, arguably the biggest, the biggest Latin Hispanic artist out. Period. You can make that argument for the biggest artist. Period. Worldwide. So Bad Bunny. Nadie sabe lo que va a pasar mañana. J Balvin, another big Latin artist. Fade, not familiar with Fade. Residente, and Young Miko. I'm familiar with Young Miko as well. I mean, I'm just gonna be biased and say Bad Bunny. He's probably gonna win that one, but don't count J Balvin. I don't think Young Miko's gonna win, and I'm not familiar with Fade or Residente, but it's probably gonna be, in my opinion, between Bad Bunny and J Balvin on that one. Best pop solo performance: Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish, and Chappelle Roan. So that's gonna be a tough one too. That's similar to Song of the Year or Record of the Year. Best progressive R&B album. I love how they get so specific with some of these other categories. Best progressive. What does progressive R&B album mean? Like when I think about progressive, I think about like politics or like your stance. I don't think about R&B. How do you get progressive in R&B? I don't understand. I remember when my mom showed Jelly Roll was shocked with Totally the Rapper, but right, like nobody would know. So best progressive R&B: Avery Sunshine, Duran Bernard, Childish Gambino. So shout out to Childish Gambino. I didn't really black. It's urban. Urban R&B. Like, all right, well, we pretty much dominate the R&B market anyway, so ain't no point in you calling it urban. But I didn't really. I mean, I guess it depends on like what you like listening to. But I liked a couple of songs from the Bando Stone in New World, which is basically a soundtrack for a movie. It was okay. It wasn't definitely wasn't anywhere near my top Childish Gambino albums, but it was okay. Kalani and Next Worries or NX Worries, Anderson Paak and Knowledge. I don't think I heard that one. Why Lord? I need to listen to that. I think I missed on that one. I want to say alternative, but that doesn't even make sense, right? But they have alternative too. So like again, they split it up so much, and I get it. You want to appeal to everybody, you want to give everybody a chance, but it's still very confusing. Like we're literally just getting confused on what's the difference between record of the year and song of the year. So like I'm saying, it's very weird. And then you have best R&B performance, Janae Aiko, Chris Brown. Coco Jones. Shout out to Coco Jones. I actually like Coco Jones as well. So shout out to dang. Speaking of that, man, I need to finish Bel Air. As I thought about that, I need to finish Bel Air. I did not finish the last season. You doing yourself a disservice by not listening to Wild Law. Yeah, I need to listen to that. I wasn't hip. I missed on that one. I missed on that one. I missed it. So I'm gonna go listen to it for real. So to continue, Money Long, Made for Me Live with BT, and SZA. Pack and Knowledge have two great albums under that name. Oh, okay. Best folk album, we're gonna skip that. I don't think anybody listens to folk. Producer of the year, non-classical. So we have Alyssa, we have Durnt Demal. I'm not familiar with them. Ian Fitchuk, Mustard. So shout out to Mustard. And Mustard, I'm gonna be completely honest. Mustard got on this list for one song and one song only. So this is basically Kendrick Lamar's. This would be Kendrick Lamar's award too. We should go. We should go keep it a buck, bro. We should go keep it a buck. We know why Mustard got on this producer of the year non-classical category. It was because of Not Like Us and Daniel Negro. So I'm not familiar with any of those producers. Maybe familiar with the songs when I listen to it, but I'm not familiar with them just by themselves outside of Mustard, obviously. So okay, songwriter of the year. I'm not familiar with any of them either. We'll skip that. Best pop duo. Gracie albums feature Taylor Swift, Beyonce featuring Post Malone, Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Brandy and Monica, and Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Again, another very tough pop category, and now you're adding group performances in here. So again, that's a toss up. Whoever can win that one. Best dance / electric recording. I'm not familiar with any of these people outside of Kate Renata. Oh, and Justin and Tame Impala. Actually, hold on. Fred again and Baby Keem. Baby Keem. Have I heard that song? Okay, well, I'll take that back. So 3 out of 5. Disclosure, Fortet, Fred again. I don't know what Fred again is, but obviously I know Baby Keem is. Justin and Tame Impala, I'm familiar with them, and then Kate Renata. So I'm a Kate Renata stan for real. I love Kate Renata's production. Best dance pop recording: Madison Beer, Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, and Troye Sivan. Best dance electric music album, Charlie XCX. So Charlie XCX also gets in the dance electronic category. Interesting. Justice, Hyperdrama, Fortet, Kate Renata, and Zed. I'm familiar with Zed as well. Best traditional. So now we get again, we go from progressive to traditional. Marsha Ambrosius, Kenya Dixon. I heard the Kenya Dixon was really good. Not too familiar with his music, but I've heard more like on Joe Budden podcast. I know you talk about Kenya Dixon a lot of time. Layla Hathaway featuring Michael McDonald, Money Long again, and Lucky Day. So that's a tough category too. That's a tough category for traditional R&B. Anybody could very well win that one. Anybody could very well win that one. It's a dance pop. They just trying to give Billy Award. Yeah, for real. Best R&B album: Chris Brown, Layla Hathaway, Money Long, Lucky Day, and Usher. Another very tough category. Very tough category. So that's going to be interesting who ends up winning some of these. Best rap performance. So now we get to the rap category. Cardi B, enough. I'm going to say this right now, man. If Cardi B wins a Grammy for anything and she does not come out with a sophomore album, then everything is a sham. I'm gonna say that right now. No disrespect to Cardi B, but you shouldn't even touch being nominated for anything. I don't know how you keep getting away with this. You could do everything else under the sun. You could be on every feature under the sun, but I'm not going to be okay with you winning any solo Grammys for anything until you come out with that sophomore album. Why are you in here? I don't understand why you're in here. Anyways, even and I like that song too. I like that song too, but you better come out with that sophomore album, bro. Like we're not gonna do this 2017 when she won best rap album. Nah, no, we're not doing that. Best rap performance this year is Meet the Grand, but they don't have hearts. No, they ain't doing that. They put any of those in that in the category. They put Euphoria in there either. So none of that stuff. So to continue, Common and Pete Rock. Actually, that album was very good. Listen to that if you haven't. Common and Pete Rock, they actually did very, very well. I feel like it's gonna be one of the underrated like OG rap albums this year. When the Sun Shines Again, Dolce when he saw Ultima. Ooh, Dolce here again. This Ultima. I love that song. One of my favorites on that album. Eminem with Houdini. No. Future and Metro Boomin feature Kendrick Lamar. So again, we got Kendrick Lamar by proxy of Future and Metro Boomin would like that. Glorilla, yeah, Glow and Kendrick Lamar not like us. So, woo, it's gonna be tough, man. Because I remember the argument for the longest was what is the better song, Like That or Not Like Us. So both of those could easily win, and I wouldn't be mad either way. I also wouldn't be mad if Glorilla won. Obviously, I wouldn't be mad if the OGs Common or Pete Rock won. If Eminem wins or Cardi wins, I'm gonna be mad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be mad if Eminem or Cardi wins. My gut is telling me that I want Future and Metro Boomin to win. But again, I wouldn't be mad if Kendrick Lamar won. Would not like us. I definitely won't be mad if Dolce won. If Dolce won, I would be like, oh my god, I'm so happy. But I think it's a long shot for her in this category. I think it's a long shot. Said Cameron gonna have a long night. M should be on there at all. I also agree. Best melodic rap. Now we get into melodic rap. You see, again another sub genre. Jordan Adetunji featuring Kalani. So I'm not familiar with Jordan. But the song is actually called Kalani. It's featuring Kalani, called Kalani. Okay. Beyonce featuring Linda Martin with Shabuzi with Spaghetti. Future and Metro Boomin featuring The Weeknd, We Still Don't Trust You. Lotto with Big Mama. And Rhapsody featuring Erykah Badu, 3 a.m. This is going to be a very interesting category there as far as who's going to win that one. Because honestly, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. Obviously, outside of Beyonce, because that would just be the obvious choice to win that. But a melodic rap, I mean, I know that she rapped on there, but I wouldn't put that for winning anything for me personally. What up, Tizzy? What up, Tizzy? What up, Mella? All right, best rap song. Rap song. All right. Rhapsody featuring Hit Boy. Shout out to Rhapsody. Also getting the nod. That's another one of Flock's favorite artists, period. Not just female rappers, but with a favorite artist, period. Then we got Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign. You know, you can't leave Kanye out. You know, however much you want to ban him, you can't leave him out. Carnival, of course. I still don't even know why people like this song so much, because I honestly did not like Carnival like that. Future Metro Boomin like that. Kids Tomorrow Were Not Like Us, and Glorilla. So again, just like the best rap performance. Again, best rap song, Kendrick Lamar and in the Future would be my choices. But honestly, here I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign somehow, some way sneak this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak it. But if somebody has something to say on the committee, then that's not going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, best rap album. J. Cole might delete later. I'm going to say this right now. J. Cole, I love J. Cole. Might delete later should not be in this category. Why? Why is might delete later here? I don't think that people critically acclaim that album to the degree that it would be in here as an album as a nomination. I don't think so. Not this time. Not this time, J. Cole. Not this time. I think that there are definitely other albums that should have taken that spot this year. I honestly think so. Honestly think so. Yeet. Oh no, not Yeet. Not Yeet. Not Yeet. Schoolboy Disrespect. Yeah, yeah. I say it's definitely other albums that I would think would be there. Common and P Rock again. Shout out to the OGs. Like I said, underrated album. So shout out to whoever the committee is who gave that a nod or the respective labels. Doechii again. I've said so many things about Doechii. Fire album that would be in my list for sure. Like top 5 of this year. Eminem, that's a Slim Shady. And like I said, we're done with Eminem at this point. He cool. He one of the best rappers ever. But get out the way, bro. Get out the way. It's other albums that could be here. Other albums that could be here. You had your time. I don't know who propped this album up, but it ain't him. It wouldn't hit like that. It wouldn't hit like that. Then Future and Metro Boomin, we don't trust you. So Metro Boomin has another chance. He has another chance to get a Grammy. And you know the funny thing about all this? You know the funny thing about all this is I say, you know, close your eyes, and cover your ears. But there's no Drake like anywhere. He ain't there. He ain't there. That's crazy. Like you don't see this. You don't see this at all. Like none of those Drake songs that he came out with, none of those Lucy's, not even any of his disses. Like Push Ups ain't on here. There's gonna be some conspiracies. Like watch, there's going to be some conspiracies. So watch your Twitters, watch your Twitter feeds, watch your social medias, watch your YouTubes. You know the biggest Glazer act. I'm sure he gonna be all over this and wonder why Drake was snubbed. So all the Drake apologists, they're gonna be out. So like I said, just watch out. He ain't getting not one nomination for any of them songs. So like I said, it's a time to have that conversation. It's a time to have that conversation about how Drake was mid this year. He was mid this year, but no. Y'all said that Family Matters was the best song out of this. Y'all said Push Up was dope. Y'all said Taylor Made Freestyle was dope. But this is going to reinforce. The line. When Kendrick just opened his mouth, someone will hand him a Grammy right now because I think he's gonna get at least one. He gonna get something. He's going to get something. I don't think there's any way that he doesn't get something out of all these categories. It's gonna be very interesting. He's going to get at least one. If not, in the top ones, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, he gonna get one of these rap categories for sure. So, I mean, it's gonna feed into the narrative, but it's gonna be a lot of coping going on. I'm just saying, you know, but it's gonna be a lot of backtracking on Grammys don't matter, awards don't matter. So be prepared for those. Be prepared for all the defense tactics. That's all I'm gonna say. Be prepared for all the defense tactics. The only good song he had was at Circadian Rhythm. I actually like Circadian Rhythm too. He didn't know what he meant until Drake said it. He said that's my album of the year. Drake needs to hang it up. He ain't gonna hang it up, man. He still has a place in hip hop. I'll say that he still has a place in hip hop, but it just wasn't his year. It just wasn't his year. So, you know, you take it out of it. All right, best country solo performers. We got Beyonce, Jelly Roll, Casey Musgrave, Shabuzi, and Chris Stapleton. Best country song, Casey Musgrave. So basically the same stuff. Shabuzi, Jelly Roll, Post Malone, and Beyonce. Like I said, same people. Like they just regurgitating it here. But it's very interesting, man. Like again, Beyonce. Now she's in the pop category. She's in the top song of the year, record of the year, album of the year, and she's in the country categories now too. So. Like I said, Beyonce is going to sweep. I think she's going to sweep, to be honest. If she, for some reason, doesn't get record of the year, album of the year, or song of the year, those 3 categories, or any of those pop categories, country, outside of Shabuzi, and maybe Jelly Roll, I think she got it. She going to get something. So, like I said, just watch her, because she's going to be crossing over to those categories that the pop artists that she's going to be battling with at the top categories that they can't get to, or at least not this year. So, best song written for visual media, Luke Combs, NSYNC and Justin Timberlake from the Trolls album, Olivia Rodrigo from the Hunger Games, John Baptiste, It Never Went Away from American Symphony, and Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand, Lover Survivor from the Tattooist of Auschwitz. Okay. Comedy album, Ricky Gervais, Dave Chappelle, Jim Gaffigan, Nikki Glaser, and Trevor Noah. Okay. Latin pop album, Anita, Louis Fonsi, Connie Garcia, Shakira, and Kali Uchis. Okay. Best Musica Mexicana, Chiquis, Karen Leon, Peso Pluma. I know who Peso Pluma is, and Jesse Uribe. Okay. Um, and then we see African music performance, Yemi Alade, Sake and Wizkid, Chris Brown featuring Davido and Lil J, Burna Boy and Tim's. That's a good category too. That's a very tough one there. Very tough one. And I think that's pretty much it as far as when we talk. Oh yeah, I want to highlight best rock album. I don't really listen to rock outside of like the classics and like when I'm playing Guitar Hero or something. But I found this one interesting because best rock album, I was like, damn, we back in like the 2000s, the 1990s. We have the Black Crowes, we have Fontaines DC, and then we have Green Day. I was like, whoa, Green Day? I haven't heard about Green Day in forever. They still making music? I said, hell, Pearl Jam, the Rolling Stones. I said, what the I didn't know any of them was still making music. Pearl Jam, the Rolling Stones, and Green Day. I was like, okay. Very interesting. I had no clue. But yeah, the legacy rock acts are here too. So I found that very interesting. Rock song, same thing. The Black Keys, St. Vincent, Pearl Jam, Green Day, and the Idols. And then metal performance, you have Metallica. Metallica still making music too. Judas Priest still making music. I said, all right. So rock, people love rock, man. Y'all been eating this year. I had no clue. I wasn't familiar with your game. Best rock performance. So the Beatles got in here. Okay, Black Keys, Green Day, Idols, Pearl Jam, St. Vincent. Then best country duo, again, Beyonce is in here. Post Malone is in here. So like I said, man, she got a lot of stuff, man. Beyonce is in a lot of categories, and she got in a lot more just because she made a country album. So that's crazy. So there you go, man. Those are the main categories for the Grammys in 2025. It's gonna be very interesting, but like I said, I think it's gonna be another Beyonce sweep. I think this is going to be another Beyonce sweep. She's in way too many categories. It's unfair at this point. She got nominated for so many things this year. It's like absolutely insane. And then there's no Drake, man. Like not even one category. I think that's very eerie. That's very eerie that Drake was not in anything. And Kendrick Lamar got 5 nominations. 5 nominations. So, yeah. That's it. Metallica was on tour when they were added to Fortnite. Oh, okay. Green Day, they dropped. Exactly. So I hope Tim wins. So there you go. Those are the Grammy nominations. All right.